Hey mate.
Max.
How are you?
Pretty good. I feel a bit pale. It's the middle of
pale.
British winter.
Pretty bleak outside, isn't it?
Grey and pale.
When was the last time you saw the sun?
Nope.
A while ago.
It's a very long time ago.
What are we doing here?
You are here because Royal Enfield has sent us something pretty special. This is the new Himalayan from our friends at Royal Enfield. Why is it in the back of a 1963 series Land Rover? Good question. The real reason is it just looks kind of nice. We had a big event recently and it was like, frickin', what do we do with this? And before you knew it, it had 6 dudes lifting the Himalayan into the back. We got some big plans for this thing and it needs to come off of its show stand, the Land Rover, and then we can talk about it. Or do you want to talk about what the hell it is? Because you've ridden one of these in the
Himalayas.
You have been to the Himalayas with a Himalayan. Shall I clip this on you and then swap?
Royal Enfield Himalayan 450. This is the updated version of the old Himalayan, which was like total workhorse. Didn't really do much finesse or style, but it got you for everywhere. I have one, loved it. The 450, it's just got a little bit more grunt. I think the weight's the same, but the power output's way more. Why this would be a good around the world bike? Riding position, you're upright, you can see a lot going on, it's super comfortable, you can just go and go and go. Seat's super comfortable, very commanding position with the bars. You've got a bit of wind protection with the windscreen and the handguards. And it's just very simple. A lot of adventure bikes, there's so much tech, there's so much going on that it can be a bit fiddly and a bit too much to fix if something does go wrong. The Himalayan is reasonably priced to buy. You get a lot for your money, whereas, you know, again, other adventure bikes, you're spending a lot of cash. Yeah, so I had these in the Himalayas last year, back in July. We did 10 days riding around the Himalayas and we thrashed these things. We put them through rocks, rivers, snow, it was crazy. And all of them, nothing let us down. Large tank, like I think we went days without filling up. You know, we were doing like pretty heavy miles. So this is the full adventure spec one.
It's not doing much adventuring in a studio.
No, but you know, you could put your things in there. You know, you got one each side. Same with the hard panniers at the back. But we didn't have that on ours. We had the luxury of having 2 support vehicles, so all our bags actually went in the back of that.
So this is the sort of one that you'd expect something similar if we were to
go
and spend a couple of days.
You're about to go ride down to Morocco. You take this, you load it up with all this hard gear, all the soft stuff, and you just go and go and go, and you know it's going to get you there. It's got sat nav built in with an app on your phone, so you just set your map on your phone, put your phone away, and then on this TFT display, we'll show you arrows and markers of where you need to go, so you haven't got to be worrying about connecting your phone in like a third-party way.
Airbag on the bars?
What?
Do you want an airbag?
No, it's like a crash pad.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, it's just whoa, smash your face into it for doing some gnarly off-road.
What other creature comforts have you got in your cabin?
Not a lot. Like again, like
So sick.
the beauty of this, it's simple. You know, less is more. I think you've got switchable ABS, but in the way of tech, there's not a lot. Again, like not a lot to go wrong, which is kind of what I would personally look for in an adventure bike. Yeah, Enfield have kind of hit the nail on the head with this one.
We're halfway through building Crafter V2. We built a Crafter long wheelbase, and the version 2 is in a medium wheelbase chassis, and while the long one kicked ass, the medium ones are. The cool thing about Crafter is it's skinny, and I've hauled one all the way from here down to Spain, and you just feel freaking smug, smashing miles, sipping fuel, going 100 miles an hour faster than people in motorhomes. They're just like, sip fuel, go quick, reliable, look freaking sexy, but also with the right interiors allow you to go and do things like take a bike or tons of surfboards or a little family like myself. And V2 S&S Crafter build is underway. Well, we're not there yet. You could come and have a nosy, which is kind of why this is here.
Sounds good.
Follow me. Bit of a mess in here right now. Don't look at that, secret. Crafter mule. Crafters in white, I think, just look pretty cool. Exterior-wise, these don't need a crazy amount. There's a term that the Australians use where if a vehicle is, they say that the tree has got too much fruit on it. What they mean by that is a vehicle has just got so much shit attached to it that doesn't really get used. It's like too much fruit on the tree, and it's sort of like, oh God, look at that thing, it's got too much fruit on. We've all seen these and similar vehicles have way too much fruit on. There's nothing worse than having shit on the vehicle that isn't used, and we just try and keep it super clean, lean, and purposeful with the exteriors. 18-inch steel wheel with the correct offsets to make the vehicle aesthetically sit right, for sure. And then we always couple it with a all-terrain tire. Our friends at Falcon do this one. It's called a Wild Peak. In that size, it's a 255/55. Basically, it looks pretty aggressive, and sure, it looks quite cool. It's got tread on the sides, but actually, it's got a really good rating for noise, so it doesn't drive you freaking insane. It's got snow grooves in it, so you can hack up a mountain in the Alps. I know for a fact that you can. And it doesn't piss around with your rolling radius, so it doesn't like gear up your speedo and stuff like this in this application. So that's our stitches and steel wheel in 18x8. Oversized arch trims. Admittedly, you could call that fruit. They just look quite cool. And this van actually has done a few miles, had a couple of dings, and actually it just hides them. Decal package. This stuff makes us a little bit sad. We have hidden them in the past and spent loads of time doing that. That's the exhaust for your interior heater. This unit from Trauma is not only a heater, think of it more like a combi boiler in your house. So water passes from the tank underneath into the Trauma heater, hot water, hot shower, but also a diesel heater too, so you can stay nice, warm and cozy. This fella is the hose goes in there and fills up your tank. Water starts flowing out when it's full. My argument with fruit could be guilty, but it's not the case, because having a freaking big ladder allows you to climb up and access the roof. And I'm going up. Surfboard. There's a big solar panel up here. And actually, one of my favorite things about this van is the hatch at the roof, at the top of the roof. I will show you about that. Excuse the chaos with developing vehicles and fully new interiors. It is just a bit of a bloodbath as far as how we go about doing it. 3D scan it, get all of our shapes, and then we just get to work and get busy. And we're sort of right in the guts of that right now. This vehicle will have 2 seats here and here. Big drawer box comes out of this side. This side is more of the engine room. So you've got water pump, and I forget the technical name for that fella. It stops everything taking a shit with water, basically. And then floor is Hexa. This stuff's 18 mil, super scratch resistant, really tough, really strong. Sound deadening behind the insulation in the back. Water comes up from the tank underneath in the spare wheel well and into the Trauma heater. It's not even a heater. It even says combi on it. Look at it. It's a bloody beast. Yeah, this is a bit of a game changer, because rather than having like hot water tanks and just like loads of paraphernalia to get your hot water and your heater, this kind of does it all in one. It's not cheap, but is pretty much off-grid living that is fed from the fuel tank of the vehicle. This is the fridge that is not going there. The fridge goes here. This is your kitchen. Eggs and bacon for breakfast. This is our shower that goes here. So you'll walk into this bit here, shower, and you've got a little chemical toilet as well in here. This is your bar. This is where you sit under here and work. This is the engine room. If you want to stick your camera in there, that is all of your electronics. We've learned a thing or two over the years that it's really handy to be able to access that stuff if you need to, change fuses, all that good stuff. 3,000 watt inverter is there. And then this will be mounted up here. And that, we've kept it pretty simple, nothing crazy. Lights, fridge, water pump, and then you'll be able to monitor your Trauma heater and a few other bits and bobs. The reason we're actually in here is because this is big enough to put our Himalayan in. Can I show you this?
Yeah, for sure.
This isn't finished yet. This is something I'm really excited about. You sailor people will know what this is. This is a Lumar hatch, and actually, you'll know that they're not very cheap, but it's the same thing you get on your boat. I think it's just like when you like close it and open it, it's like
a sub hatch.
It just makes like, it just feels good. Escape hatch when you're underwater. And this layout actually is rad because you got big seating area here. You're having a really nice time. It's really fun. Table in the middle, and then you uncleat your carbon fiber bunk from there, and then your bunk will drop out of the sky onto there, and then you can either sleep. You can have it at half height, so you can have 2 people sleeping at the top, and then 2 people sleeping on the bunks below, or drop it all the way down, and then have a double bed.
Okay, that wrap is going to come around. Yeah, nice. Cool, so we've got the bike in. We're gonna go just have a little fiddle around. I kind of want to go right outside, but it's chucking down with rain, so I think we'll put that on hold for a little bit. But yeah, thanks for Enfield for giving us the bike to play with and come up with some cool stuff. Adventures pending.